In The Woman in the Window, the story follows Dr. Anna Fox, a child psychologist living alone in a large dark townhouse in New York City. Anna suffers from severe agoraphobia, a condition that makes her terrified of leaving her home. She spends her days isolated indoors, heavily medicated, drinking wine despite warnings from her doctors, watching old black and white films, and secretly observing her neighbors through the windows of her house with a camera. Her emotional state is fragile, and she often speaks on the phone with her husband Ed and their young daughter Olivia, who are living away from her because of her condition. Their conversations reveal sadness and distance, but Anna desperately tries to maintain the feeling that her family still belongs together. Anna regularly attends therapy sessions over video calls with her psychiatrist Dr. Carl Landy. During these conversations, Carl encourages her to confront her fears and eventually step outside again. However, Anna resists progress and hides behind sarcasm and alcohol. Her only real connection to the outside world comes from spying on the people living across the street. A new family called the Russells has recently moved into the neighborhood. Anna becomes curious about them almost immediately. The family consists of Alistair Russell, his wife Jane, and their teenage son Ethan. Something about them feels strange and secretive, especially because there is very little information about them online. One day Ethan visits Anna's house to deliver a candle from his mother as a welcoming gift. Ethan appears nervous, awkward, and emotionally troubled. During their conversation, he reveals pieces of his personality and hints that life inside his family is not peaceful. Anna notices bruises and emotional fear beneath his polite behavior. Ethan quickly bonds with Anna because she treats him kindly and listens without judging him. Since Anna is a psychologist who worked with children for years, she instinctively recognizes signs of emotional trauma. Ethan admits that he dislikes his father and misses his old life in Boston. He also seems fascinated by Anna's isolated existence, asking many questions about her life and condition. Anna slowly begins feeling attached to Ethan because his vulnerability reminds her of the maternal role she misses with her own daughter. Their conversations provide comfort to both of them. Ethan later confesses that his father can become frightening and controlling when angry. Though he insists that things are fine, Anna senses abuse and instability within the Russell household. At the same time, Anna continues struggling with panic attacks whenever she even approaches the front door. Her condition traps her inside the house like a prison, forcing her to experience the world only through windows, phone calls, and memories. Soon after, Jane Russell visits Anna personally on Halloween night after Anna collapses outside during a panic attack caused by local children throwing eggs at her house. Jane appears warm, funny, emotionally open, and surprisingly understanding. The two women sit together drinking alcohol while discussing motherhood, marriage, loneliness, and emotional suffering. Jane speaks honestly about her difficult marriage with Alistair, describing him as controlling and emotionally tense. She also talks lovingly about Ethan, explaining how becoming a parent changes a person completely. Anna feels comforted by Jane's honesty because it mirrors many of her own emotional struggles. Their conversation creates a deep emotional connection between them. Jane encourages Anna not to give up hope about her condition and reassures her that she will eventually recover. Anna also notices that Jane seems frightened beneath her cheerful personality. Jane hints that family life can become toxic and complicated, especially when fear and control dominate relationships. Before leaving, Jane thanks Anna for listening, and Anna feels less alone than she has in a long time. Later that evening, Alistair Russell unexpectedly visits Anna looking for his family members. His cold and suspicious behavior immediately unsettles her. Unlike Jane and Ethan, Alistair appears intimidating and emotionally distant. Anna lies and says nobody visited her house because she fears causing trouble for Jane or Ethan. After he leaves, Anna becomes increasingly anxious about the situation across the street. As the days continue, Anna grows more obsessed with watching the Russell family through her windows. Her own life becomes more unstable as she mixes medication with alcohol, causing blackouts, hallucinations, and confusion. Her tenant David, who rents the basement apartment beneath her house, occasionally checks on her and helps maintain the property. Though David tries to be supportive, Anna's paranoia and anxiety make her distrustful of almost everyone around her. One night, Anna hears screaming coming from the Russell house. Through her camera lens, she witnesses what appears to be a violent argument. Moments later, she sees Jane being stabbed to death inside the house. Horrified, Anna desperately calls emergency services and tries to explain what she witnessed. Because of her panic, intoxication, and unstable mental state, she struggles to communicate clearly. The police arrive along with Alistair Russell, but instead of finding a murdered woman, they introduce Anna to another woman claiming to be Jane Russell. Anna is completely shocked because the woman standing before her is not the same person who visited her house earlier. The real Jane, the woman Anna drank with and connected with emotionally, has seemingly disappeared. Alistair insists that Anna has never met his wife before and accuses her of imagining things due to her mental illness and alcoholism. Ethan also denies that Anna ever met his mother. The detectives become suspicious of Anna's reliability because of her medication's emotional instability and previous false emergency call. Anna desperately insists that she knows what she saw. She remembers the conversations, the laughter, and the emotional intimacy she shared with the real Jane. However, without photographs or evidence, nobody believes her. The police warn Anna about making false reports, while Alistair subtly intimidates her with his calm but threatening behavior. The situation leaves Anna deeply shaken because even she begins doubting her own memory and sanity. As her confusion grows, Anna continues questioning reality itself. Her psychiatrist and the detectives suggest that her medications, alcohol abuse, grief, and isolation may be causing hallucinations or delusions. Yet Anna cannot let go of the certainty that a terrible crime has occurred. She becomes determined to uncover the truth about the Russell family, the mysterious woman she met, and the horrifying murder she witnessed through the window. Anna suffers from severe agoraphobia after a traumatic tragedy, leaving her unable to step outside her home without experiencing terrifying panic attacks. She spends her days drinking wine, taking heavy medications, watching old black and white movies, talking to her husband Ed and daughter Olivia on the phone, and secretly observing her neighbors through her camera lens. Although she appears calm on the surface, Anna is emotionally shattered and isolated from the outside world. A new family called the Russells moves into the house across the street. Anna becomes curious about them and begins watching their activities from her windows. One day the Russells' teenage son Ethan visits Anna and gives her a candle as a welcome gift. Ethan is shy, awkward, and emotionally fragile. During their conversation he reveals signs that something may be wrong in his home. Anna notices bruises and emotional fear in him, leading her to suspect that his father Alistair Russell is abusive. Ethan quickly forms a strange bond with Anna because she treats him kindly and listens to him without judgment. Later a woman introducing herself as Jane Russell visits Anna. The two women spend the evening drinking and talking honestly about motherhood, marriage, and emotional pain. Jane describes Alistair as controlling and admits that family life is complicated. She also expresses concern about Ethan's sensitivity and emotional struggles. Anna feels comforted by Jane's warmth and honesty, and for the first time in a long while she enjoys real human connection. Soon afterward Anna begins hearing screams and disturbances coming from the Russell house. One night while looking through her camera lens she witnesses what appears to be Jane being stabbed to death. Horrified Anna calls the police, but when detectives arrive Alistair claims nothing happened. Then another woman appears introducing herself as the real Jane Russell. She looks completely different from the woman Anna met. Alistair and the police begin doubting Anna's sanity because of her medications, alcoholism, mental instability, and history of emotional trauma. Even Ethan denies ever bringing his mother to Anna's house. As the investigation continues, Anna becomes obsessed with proving what she saw. She discovers disturbing details about Alistair's past. She learns he worked in Boston and that a woman named Pamela Naughton, his assistant, died under mysterious circumstances after falling from a building. Anna suspects Alistair may have been involved. At the same time she grows increasingly paranoid about her tenant David, a man living in the basement of her house. David has a criminal record, acts nervous around police, and borrowed a knife from Anna. Since he worked briefly for Alistair, Anna wonders whether he is somehow connected to the murder. The pressure causes Anna's fragile mental state to deteriorate. Through painful flashbacks the truth about her own tragedy is finally revealed. Anna's husband Ed had been having an affair, and during a family vacation in the mountains the couple argued while driving during a snowstorm. Distracted by the fight their car crashed off a cliff. Anna survived but Ed and Olivia were killed. Overwhelmed by guilt and grief Anna mentally escaped into denial, imagining phone conversations with her dead family members as a coping mechanism. Her agoraphobia and depression became so severe that she isolated herself from society entirely. After the police dismiss her claims again Anna nearly loses all hope. She records a video message preparing for suicide, believing no one trusts her and feeling unable to live with her guilt any longer. However, before she can go through with it she finally uncovers the truth. The woman she met was not Jane Russell at all. Her real name was Catherine Melly, Ethan's biological mother. Catherine had abandoned Ethan years earlier and later resurfaced trying to reconnect with him and manipulate Alistair. She visited Anna pretending to be Jane because Anna did not know what the real Jane looked like. David explains that Catherine stayed with him briefly after sleeping with him and causing trouble in the Russell family. But before Anna can fully process this revelation, David is suddenly murdered inside the house. Ethan appears and reveals himself as the true killer. Beneath his quiet and vulnerable personality hides a deeply disturbed psychopath. Ethan confesses that he murdered Catherine after she upset him and threatened the family. He also reveals that he killed Pamela Naughton in Boston and has violent fantasies about death and control. Ethan explains that he enjoys watching people die and admits he targeted Anna because her emotional weakness made her vulnerable. A terrifying struggle follows throughout the house during a thunderstorm. Ethan attacks Anna with knives and attempts to kill her while mocking her grief and suicidal thoughts. Despite her panic attacks and fear, Anna fights back desperately. The confrontation moves on to the glass rooftop skylight where Ethan taunts her for wanting to die. In the final struggle the glass breaks and Ethan falls through the ceiling to his death. Afterward Detective Little visits Anna in the hospital and apologizes for doubting her. The police recover Catherine's body and arrest Alistair and the real Jane for covering up the crimes and hiding Ethan's violent behavior. Anna is finally vindicated after everyone dismissed her as delusional. The ending shows Anna beginning to heal emotionally. She stops isolating herself and prepares to leave her house for the first time in many months. Although she still mourns Ed and Olivia deeply, she accepts that she cannot change the past. The final scene suggests that Anna is finally ready to face the world again, carrying her grief but no longer letting it imprison her. If you enjoy watching this video then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.